as with all, when there are few elements,
Yeah.
whether humans or other living creatures, it's very important to have borders between them. In the family, it is very important. With friends, it is important. And with trees and bushes, it's equally important. Because otherwise, they start to abuse you, to interfere into your affairs. And that's why the first thing I normally do is to really make these borders. For example, these parts are interfering into this tree. And I would like to reduce them because the tree is the boss, it's bigger, this should be smaller. And all stems that go outside too fast, I transfer to a bud which grows here.
Yeah.
Not up there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
horizontally.
Ой.
And this is goes down.
Yeah.
I would rather
Yeah.
have it
Yeah.
further up.
Yeah.
This is too strong, and I will cut it inside. There will be dormant buds which will start to grow after the cutting. This one has a nice stem which could be, which could easily be its continuation. And here as well, you see, there's a good, nice. And here we have flowers, but there will be other flowers. In your climate, this is not a problem at all. And here again. So I made it lower and stop it from hindering the pathway. And I need the distance between the two, and perhaps I would reduce it as well, because it's too long.
Ванечка, это
It
колючая.
covers it, creating too much shadow. Okay, for starters, that's okay.
А теперь
We don't go inside. With this one, we have these two big stems that violate the rules. They go outside, especially this one. And the one which is here. And if we delete the branch that goes down, we create a nice distance between them. They no longer interfere with each other. Perhaps we could also reduce it from this side as well. Here we come to a tree itself. And whenever we use ropes, it's important to monitor on a regular basis, because otherwise it cuts into the bark very easily. And as a rule, we always forget to monitor it. And I know it happens to everybody, including myself.
шрам уже есть.
You see, it already became biting into the bark. So actually, I do not like using ropes, because if the tree is trying to fall, I cut it the way to return to balance. So it should stand by its own without any additional help. So here we have too many branches, and these thin branches do not belong to the lower part of the tree. In the lower part we should have thick good branches. That's why I automatically reduce the crown and thus giving a little bit more light inside it.
А где лицо?
С той стороны, конечно. So all these intersections do not look good, and stems that grow through the crown, they make a lot of shadow and prevent the crown from being more light. That's why they automatically should be, of course, reduced. They are thick, that's why I'm using the saw. The secateurs will not do this job. Ну, это не совсем пенек. Yeah, it is very important, and Polina is drawing attention to this. The way how you delete the branches, because there can be two mistakes. You leave a stem, which is not good, because it will rot, and mushrooms will eat your tree. Or otherwise, you cut too much. You go into the wood of the main stem, which is not good. So normally, when you make the deletion, you should find the spot between the trunk and the branch, and then go at an angle, not parallel to the trunk, but a little bit away. And whenever we make this cut, we should aim to make it as small as possible, because it will be easier for the tree to cover it with bark again. The same is true for this branch. It's totally illogical. It grows back into the crown. It's big, that's why I delete it in two steps. First, I delete the branch itself, and then I can easily delete the remaining stem.
Так, тут немножко лысоватенько.
Где?
Ну, если с этой стороны посмотреть,
Нормально.
где я стою.
We do not need weak branches close to the trunk. They should be here, in the outside. But this one I will leave because it will help to heal this cut. It's very important that all branches have their own position, because this branch interferes with the one which goes here. That's why I will delete the part that goes up, and now they have their own space. I understand this is already dead. Yes, this one is dead. It's all dead,
Ага.
basically. Yes. Maybe I even delete it. That will be the continuation of this branch, not this thick stump. Again, very thin branch which doesn't belong here. Here again we have this stem which interferes with the main trunk and should be reduced. Even if it become a little bit sparse, it will quickly give another growth which will cover it. Because if we continue it to grow freely, it may become too thick. or to use ladders, of course. Again, Japanese ladders are the best. Gardening tools are the best if they come from Japan too. Again, these two interfere with each other. And this one overshadows this one.
Okay.
So I create at least some distance between them. So these layers are very important for visual beauty as well. It's not only about the health of the tree, but also about visual beauty, because that's the aim. So, after all, we do gardening to enjoy the beauty of the garden.
Thank you for sharing.
Так, а теперь укоротить надо верхнюю, наверное.
Сейчас посмотрю.
Отойди теперь, надо дойти и посмотреть.
Yeah, it is important from time to time to go and look at it at the distance. So it's much more transparent now, so the light will go through the crown. But the left side is a bit too big. It is also important because it's a composition, and it's a composition also with the building. Trees look better when they incline away from the building, not towards it, because otherwise it looks clumsy. When they go away, it's natural, because buildings also always create shadows, and trees don't like shadows.
Надо рвать цветочки. Зай, ну что ты делаешь?
А не нужно, что я клала их под подушку.
Ну расскажи про основание.
So what I'm doing now is I need to figure out who is the chief here, who is the boss.
Yeah.
And this is the main trunk.
Yeah.
But there are some thin trunks which originate rather low and sort of compete and make it too dense. That's why I'm deleting those. Also, it's not good when trunks, when there is wind, they all the time damage themselves.
Что он как-то шатается подозрительно.
Катается? Ну, она же в горшке, она большая.
Да.
Красивый. Мне кажется, вот это вообще надо убрать. Она полуживая.
Ну, побеги на ней есть
Вот
молодые.
это красивая, а это нет. То есть она ничего не дает. Не подаваться. Так, это тоже. Можно оставить.
А там еще внизу.
Угу.
Вот тут немножечко.
Она уже гнила.
Да, пенечки.
Yeah, we never leave stems behind because they will rot. Let's make it beautiful. You see, if we leave stumps, they cannot cover, the tree cannot cover it.
I understand.
And if we make a clean cut, it will cover it easily, especially in your climate, when it's warm. That's why it is important to have sharp instruments, sharp tools. Just we stop at cleaning it because, I mean, when you aim for ideal structure, you may end up with a tree which no longer exists. When you leave too few branches, too few trunks, that's why it's important to move gradually. Make the shape of the entire thing a little bit more clear. Because now it still is not very accurate, doesn't look accurate. And you see, we made it lighter, and it by itself now situated higher than it used to be. So we don't need any ropes. It's just the matter of mechanics. When it's heavy, it goes down. When it's light, it goes up. Lots of flowers, so I'll leave it. This is not the best place for any plant to be potted. Of course, bonsai are also potted, but they're taken care of. They are potted in a special substance, not just irregular soil. That's why they can exist and live happily. But I'm actually surprised by the number of potted trees in your garden, because potted trees are more time consuming, because you need to water them on a regular basis, otherwise they will not survive. And that's a lot of work.